All right. How you doing? I'm Tom, and I play in Deaf Havana, and today I'm here to interview Yumi at 6. I'm going to be opening the floor up for some questions a little bit later, so if you have a think about what you'd like to ask them, please welcome to the stage Yumi at 6.
Bloody left me then, didn't they?
Boys.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Right, Tom.
How's it going?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm alright, not too bad.
Jeremy Carr.
So
I
yeah,
think.
just got you on here to have a little chat, really.
Yeah.
Ask you a few questions if you're
Cool
interested.
one.
Here's a question. When was the first time that you guys felt like you were a unit or a team?
Team building exercise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Deep
And,
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep start.
Deep starter.
Bit
Well, I don't know.
early
I mean,
for
like when we started the band, we all felt close enough to be like touring the world together, you know. So like we've sort of always felt like a unit. We've always had that friendship there, and sort of this band was based upon friendships.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say from day one.
and obviously the Wolf Pack.
And obviously the Wolfpack, yeah.
Stag pack.
Stag.
Stag pack.
Thank you, Ref, for that.
Yeah.
Good times.
Okay, nice. What's the meaning behind your new album, Cavalier Youth?
Well, it's a very good question, Tom.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Thanks for
Yeah,
asking.
nice question, Tom.
Means,
Alright.
means a lot. Cavalier Youth, well, when we were recording in Los Angeles, California this summer, it was just, I think we all liked the way the word Cavalier sounded, didn't we?
Yeah.
Once we got the thesaurus out and realised what it meant, we
And
were like,
and the dictionary out to realise how to spell it.
and
Yeah.
then we rolled with that idea. But yeah, it just means, carefree youth. And I think when we were recording, it was at a time where we felt very sort of, at ease and quite liberated from our new situation with our new management and new label and whatever. So we just felt good, didn't we? We were living in a cool house, enjoying each other's company,
Yeah.
and that was that.
We were pretty carefree, so it kind of summed up how we all felt at the moment and at that time. So what better than to call the album that, really?
Yeah, perfect. If you could pick anyone, who would be your top 5 bands to tour with or play with?
Not Deaf Havana.
No.
Yeah.
There's this band at the moment
anyone
called Deaf
but-
Havana, and it's just a nightmare being
Yeah.
out with those guys.
Yeah.
No, probably Deaf Havana being one of them, one of the 5.
Yeah.
I'd say that
Um,
would be Foo Fighters, wouldn't it?
Foo Fighters, yeah.
Foo Fighters. Can we pick people who are dead?
Why not?
Why
Why not?
not?
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley, Led Zeppelin,
It'd
Led
be
Zeppelin.
fun.
original lineup.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'd quite like to go back in time as well and like be in a band back in the 70s when it
Yeah.
literally all was just like
Better.
just basically you get wasted all the time and it didn't really matter. But now you sort of have to
Rock and roll
Not
is
be-
kind of dying out a little bit, isn't it? So that
Sort
would've
of.
been
Pop
fun.
punk's not dead though.
No, apparently that's
Punk
not
will
dead.
never
No.
die.
Exactly. It's all good.
Is that 5 or is that 4?
Arctic
4.
Monkeys.
Yeah,
Arctic
good
Monkeys,
choice.
yeah, good
Oh,
choice.
Good shout.
Wrap that
Monkeys would be
question
cool.
up.
There you go, nicely.
Be quite a good tour, that. All 6 bands.
That
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
cool, wouldn't it?
Bob Marley headline, obviously.
Shame
Obviously.
it won't ever happen, though, will it?
No.
After show party, Bob
Or what with
Marley.
Bob Marley being dead?
Yeah.
So that won't happen.
Exactly.
But
Hologram, they do that
Hologram,
hologram
do-
thing now, so maybe
2-pack.
maybe we could go on tour with Bob Marley hologram.
I mean, the question is, would you want to be a hologram? If we were to die, would we perform as holograms in
Yeah.
the future?
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Why
probably
not?
up for
I'm
it.
I'd be
dead.
up for that.
I don't care.
Then you live
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah. then-
Answering your own question from the song
Are we going to live forever?
Are we going to live forever? Yes, we are, as holograms. There you go.
Technology at its finest.
Check that one off the
I
list.
saw a hologram.
Maybe I think Apple are going to design our.
What, next
Yeah.
iPhone? Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Apple are going to do the holograms, I think.
Nice. I saw. Have you ever seen a hologram performance thing?
No.
No.
Terrible.
Is it?
I saw.
Right, maybe we won't do it then.
Terrible.
Maybe we won't bother.
Thanks for the heads up.
I saw one Alice Cooper. I don't know why I was watching Alice Cooper. but
Yeah.
Alice Cooper.
What were you doing? Was there literally nothing else to do?
He's still alive though, right?
Is he not
He's
still
just being
alive?
lazy.
Yeah.
He's
He's
just being
still
lazy.
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 Isn't he?
Couldn't be bothered to play that day.
Couldn't be bothered
Just
to show
put
up.
the hologram on.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Tough crowd.
Tough crowd.
This is a personal question from me, really. What I really like the artwork to Cavalier Youth, and I just wondered what the concept behind that was.
I think again, I think it all ties in with just the name of the album. You know, like we really like this image of Well, we saw this photograph, didn't we,
Yeah.
that a Mexican lady took?
Yeah, and we basically, we saw this amazing photograph, but there was a couple of things that we wanted to change about it. Particularly, we wanted it to feel a little bit more English, because obviously that's where we're from. So we almost were inspired by this photograph and recreated our own version of it, because we thought like the imagery really summed up Cavalier Youth. We wanted some slightly different colours that we were sort of seeing when we envisioned the album. It was a bit more colourful.
We got
wasn't
permission,
it?
didn't we?
We got her permission, and we actually ended up, for thanking her for using the image, we ended up buying her an entire new camera system and everything. And she's like a student, and I think that was something that she was like inspired to be a well-known photographer. And I think for us to be able to buy her a new camera system and help her out,
we credited her in the album as well.
Yeah, we credited her.
Photo inspired by.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
It was
it's
cool,
something
yeah.
really cool to do.
It's a good story behind that.
We haven't answered that one.
Actually, we decided about that artwork in Germany.
Yeah,
were
we
on
did.
tour with 36 Samars at the time. And we were at a bar.
But we did
Obviously.
get told that we weren't allowed to use it at first,
Yeah.
and we were all very miserable and decided to have a beer or 7.
Cried, didn't we?
Yeah,
Little
and
It was
then-
after we were in a beer hall, wasn't
yeah,
it?
Beer
Munich.
Harlan.
The
Beer Harlan.
Munich.
Beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
There you go.
There you go.
Shinfo.
Those like 2-pint beer things you get.
Do you guys
Happy
like
days.
beer? Bit young for beer, I suppose. No, you're 16. You're allowed to drink in. No?
No,
18, is it?
Yeah.
I thought Germans were brought up drinking beer
Yeah.
as a baby.
Straight.
Have some of this.
Straight out of the teat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight out of the.
Never mind.
The old dummy.
Live and learn, don't we, Dan?
We do.
and
Germans.
Good. What is your favourite song of Cavalier Youth and why?
Should we start with this
Yeah,
little...
should we all do one each? Or-
Yeah, go on then,
sure,
that'll be
mate, go
fun.
on.
Mine is a song called Forgive and Forget.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bit of a departure to our normal sound of what we've done in the past. So for me, I kind of really, really like it because of that. And just really, really proud of the guitar sounds and the drum sounds and everything. It just sounds really, really good as a whole, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say that one.
Yeah, I was actually going to say the exact same song. It's like a really sort of rhythm-driven song. It's really fun for me and Dan to play. It's like something that we'd never really written before. And it was like maybe a sort of challenge recording that song, so we didn't really know what we were going to do. So that's definitely my number one.
I think for me, sort of changes every few weeks, whatever. But I'd probably go with right now, "Live the Lie," just because I think it was the first song that we released from Cavalier Youth, and I think it was like one that people enjoy the most.
And they like it live.
I
as
don't
well.
know.
Live it goes down well.
Live,
as well.
people seem to enjoy it live, so yeah, that gives it an extra kind of, I guess, glossing on top of it. So yeah, "Live the Lie" for me, and it's on FIFA, so do the math.
I was going to say
Yeah.
Forgive and Forget as well, but I think I'm going to change.
Yeah, because we can't have
Be different.
3
Yeah,
out
it's
of
a bit boring now.
5.
So I'm going to go with Cold Night.
Any reason why?
Any reason? Yeah, can't just say Cold Night and just sit
It's
there.
just a tune, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Which is your favourite? Cold Night. There you go.
Any
Okay.
particular reason though?
Do
you like-
song?
Just because it's a good song.
No, I like
Plus the
I
drum
like
beat.
everything about it. It's a really cool riff by Max. So well done. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, Dan. I like your drum beat in the song. Congratulations.
Oh,
Thanks.
bloody hell. Do you want a candle as well with
Your
this?
vocals are alright.
Thanks,
as
mate.
well.
I appreciate it. Matt, your bass is actually really good in that
Thanks,
song.
bro.
It's kind of a
Thanks. Don't leave
different
me
sound
out.
as well. That's why I quite like it. It's a different sound for You Me at 6. And I believe it's actually our next single. We're about to shoot a video for it as well, so that should be cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to be boring because I actually was going to say Cold Night as well, but I'm going to go for something different. I'm going to go for
Well done.
thank you. I'm going to go for Too Young to Feel the Soul because it was the last song on the album that we actually wrote, and I think it's kind of a perfect summary of what Cavalier Youth is all about.
Yeah.
And it's the first song on the record, and I just think when you hear that song, I think you kind of know what you're going to get for the next 50 minutes of an album when you hear that song.
Cool. Cool. Who's the
Cool. Everything's cool, so that's good.
Who's the biggest diva?
Sorry.
Two.
I'm
Obviously.
not actually a diva.
Last night came swanning on the bus at
Uh,
God knows what time,
Past your
waking
bedtime,
everyone
boy.
up.
It may
You-
have been our
yeah.
fault, actually. that.
All in bed. He was climbing into people's bunks, waking them up.
Yeah.
Screaming.
that doesn't make me a
Screaming,
diva.
shouting.
That just means I'm a nice guy. It's just-
No, it makes you an alcoholic.
Just
Has to have the bottle, the tops of the bottles of his water screwed off because he can't
Yeah.
doesn't like opening them.
Yeah.
You're
Hands
huge
are
in
too
Spain
weak.
as
Got
well,
a
aren't you?
ponytail.
I do have a ponytail.
The ponytail is the selling point.
Yeah.
The
Oh, well,
USP.
he did actually request that a hairdresser came on tour just to do his ponytail.
Yeah, we shut that
But
down.
we
pretty
said
quickly.
no.
Yeah.
So many made up
We're trying to
stories
keep him
going
grounded. It's
What are
quite
you talking
hard.
about, Chi?
Yeah.
Don't get embarrassed.
I'll
for
be a
telling everyone
I'll
your
take the
story.
crown. I don't mind. I'll be the
Sorry.
diva.
Good.
So there you go. Good.
Did you enjoy recording Cavalier Youth and working with Neil Abraham?
Yeah,
did.
it was a great experience, to be honest with you, to work with somebody like Neil, who's worked with bands from Linkin Park and Fall Out Boy and Aerosmith. I think it was a privilege for us to work with a great and high-end producer. I don't think we really understood a real producer's job until we met Neil and how hard he actually made us work for this record. And I think it was just when we were all in pre-pro, we were like, this is really hard work. But then when we finished pre-pro and started recording with Neil properly, it was just like having that beneficial factor of being like, our songs have improved massively from just doing the finer tweaks and getting us five to kind of sit there in a room together after an hour and a half, 2 hours of working parts out together. And just his like ethos of how he works, he made us very disciplined, like something I don't think we had before. And
I think we have it now.
that's probably not, no.
We lost it.
We lost it during this.
I think we left it last night in Hamburg, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I might.
But yeah, like, I just think it was a very disciplined time, and I think that's why the records come out how it is, and we put a lot of hard work into it, and we didn't really slack, where sometimes before I think we've been taken away by other things, such as alcoholic times in LA the first time we were there. But yeah, it was
Yeah, it's
a
a very
real
different
experience.
vibe this time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's nice getting in with someone like fresh as well that you don't really know and take your songs.
Yeah, you sort of, when you work with a new, like for our 3 previous records, we basically made it with the same group of people every time. So I don't really know how much more they could have brought to the table in terms of helping us develop our sounds. That's something we realise, is that when you work with somebody new, you see a new side of your band, which is really exciting. So yeah, it's good times.
Do you have any tour stories?
Do you have any tour stories?
Any.
I suppose
There's
you do,
band,
but
Def
any-
Havana,
Right, there's this guy from Def Havana, right? He's the other night.
yeah.
Didn't like his steak, apparently. So
Yeah, this guy from Def Havana just sent back his steak the other night and he got it for free. It's mental.
That wasn't me, by the way. Just want to clarify that.
Any tour stories? I don't know. We've sort of been around the world quite a few times now, so we've definitely had some. Maybe we should just, Chris, when we start, you pick your favourite tour anecdote that you can remember.
Last night?
Maybe.
He can't
No.
remember last night.
I was going to say.
My. Don't know. Probably when we stole Max's quid the other day.
That was good actually. Max has a lucky pound he carries around with him like around the world, and we swapped it for like a really shiny one, so he'd like blatantly know, and it's like his lucky pound, and he kicked off basically. He wasn't happy, were you?
No, not in the
He
slightest.
threatened to not play. He was like, I'm not playing. I'm not going on stage until you give me my lucky pound.
I think I pulled out the diva card that day.
You
I
did.
don't normally pull the diva card, but it was quite a lucky pound. So
We're so rock and roll.
No,
we
you owe me
steal
a
each
quid.
other's pounds.
Yeah.
What's your? So is that your favourite?
Over the recent times, yeah.
All right. Don't know. Went to Australia recently. That's pretty fun.
Mine was actually going to be from Australia. I was going to say when we did Soundwave for the second time, turning up at the hotel and the whole of Soundwave, like all the bands and everyone's crew and that, were all in the hotel bar, and just walking in there and just seeing like some of your favourite idols and some of your favourite bands just hanging out having drinks, and you can go up and talk to and meet whoever you want. I think that was one of the coolest experiences that we've had. Soundwave is probably everyone's favourite tour that we've ever done. I think there isn't a band out there who doesn't like going to Australia.
No one's ever been like Soundwave.
Soundwave
sucked
sucks.
this year. No, it didn't.
They
Didn't
put
at
you
all.
in amazing hotels. There's always amazing bands,
All your friends always there.
all your
from
friends are
bands.
there, and it's just, you fly to each show. It's just really cool. I like it.
I think my favourite time was when we went to the airport before the 30 Seconds to Mars tour. She's kind of changed her metabolism now, because she was just
Metabolism.
like,
She's changed the way you digest food.
Probably, yeah, probably. Wrong word.
Hang on.
I can't carry on.
No, I don't know. Now. If I can
Mentality, you mean?
Yeah, mentality is the correct word. Thank you
Okay.
very much for correcting me and
Nice.
making me look like a stupid mug in front of God knows how many people
I
in
didn't
the
do
room.
that.
But yeah, so
Well, when
she
we got to Called
was.
Stags.
Yeah, I think she's changed our outlook on life ever since we were
Tell the
going-
story then. They got another story properly.
I don't even know what you're talking
We
about.
I'm talking about the woman at the airport
The
before
woman
we
at
went to
air
Portugal
hostess
on
on the
30
plane.
Seconds to Mars.
Oh,
We basically
okay.
got on a plane, and because we always travel, like obviously there's all 5 of us, but we have like crew with us, like our tour manager and guitar techs and drum techs and things like that. So there was, I think there's about 11 of us getting on this flight, and the woman like looked at us and was like, "Oh, you guys are stag do," and we were just like,
Yeah.
we'll go with that. So then basically we just pretended to be a stag do for the next month of our lives.
Hence the reason why Stag the Euros carried on from October till now.
Part
It probably
3.
won't ever stop.
So if anyone's watched any of our video updates, you'll see that it says like Stag the Euro across everything. And this lot are running around Hamburg going Stag the Euro to like random people on the streets. So if you haven't, go check that out.
I think a prime example of what we're talking about is we've got
Oh
a pass that says VIS, and it's got a stag's head on it. It's a very important stag. So that's how far this has gone now. It's
Rather than
ridiculous.
VIP, it's
Yeah.
VIS.
We've got very
doesn't
important
exist.
people with very
It's the way of
important
life,
stags
isn't it?
now. So
Very important stags.
Yeah, turning point.
All right, next question.
Yeah, sorry. What do you do to try and keep tour interesting, like non-repetitive? Like obviously every day you load in at a certain time and sound check at a certain time. How do you keep it fresh?
Well, it's nice when like we have friends or family come out to shows. That keeps it fresh. If we're in a cool city, we can go check out some of the local sort of, architecture, history and that sort of stuff. But usually it's just like if there's a football game on, or if there's something like, we want to watch on the hard drive. That sort of keeps it.
yeah, we
mildly.
watch a lot of films, play a lot of computer games.
Drink a
Try
lot
and
of
be
beers.
as much as stags as possible, really.
Just
so
get staggy and
just
then
get
you tend to
staggy,
forget.
yeah.
Yeah.
Treat it like a stag do.
That is the hardest thing about going on tour though, is it sort of not being repetitive every day, and trying to entertain yourself when you're not on stage, because obviously that sort of hour or hour and a half of your day is awesome, but then the rest of the day you do have to sort of
Crap.
sit around going,
Rubbish.
I think it's quite easy for me
It's
to
like being in the
Marley
waiting room at the doctor's, just waiting all day for something you know is going to come, but it's taking.
at least when it comes it's awesome
it's
usually.
worth it. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said.
It's great for me because I'm mildly entertained by the smallest of things, so I can be
Yeah.
quite happy looking at something for an hour and be like, sweet, let's put some time.
For an hour,
Yeah.
looking at just anything.
Yeah.
Just
Just give them a ball of string or something.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Bouncy ball would be
Bouncy
good.
ball.
I can use the
Sitting
bouncy
with
ball
your
for
own
hours.
thoughts.
And his lucky pound.
And my lucky pound.
With his lucky
correct.
pound.
Holding my stag pass.
Brilliant.
How does it feel? Congratulations, by the way. How does it feel to have a #1 album?
It's cool.
I don't think I think
I'd
Josh
say it's pretty
nailed
cool.
it there. I don't think it's really any different. I think from when we woke up, it's just like, oh sweet, we've actually achieved it now.
Yeah.
It's like after 8-9 years of being in a band, on our 4th album, like we finally got a #1. But I don't think it changes much for us as people. But I think for what we do as our career, and how much we love playing music, it's definitely given us more opportunities now to go and experience new things. So we've got a lot more TV performances, and we're getting a lot more radio play, I find, and there's a lot more people around the world actually listening to our band now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's definitely opened the doorway a lot more for us. But as
100%,
people,
yeah.
I don't think it's really changed us, as you can still see.
It is like a career milestone as well. Like
Yeah.
if you sort of the company we're keeping now in terms of especially like UK acts like it's Muse, Arctic Monkeys, Biffy Clyro, Iron Maiden, like those are the sort of people that have #1 albums from the UK as well. So it's kind of cool to be part of that. But yeah, as Max said, I don't think it's just something for us to look back on, when we're older and trying to explain to our kids or our grandkids that we weren't just like college dropouts. Like we're like, look, we did kind of do something kind of cool.
Yeah,
So-
I describe it as like I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, you've been doing this for 8 years now, you've finally done your apprenticeship, like you've finally got to that point where you've got a #1 album, so now you're actually doing your real work now.
Yeah.
8
like
year
you-
apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Christ, that's a bit long, isn't
A
it?
bit long, isn't
8
it?
year
That is a
apprenticeship.
stint, isn't it?
That is a bit
But I know
long.
exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
You've earned your
But
stripes.
You've earned your stripes, so now it's like time for us to kind of go out there and showcase Cavalier Youth and hopefully carry on for another 10-20 years.
Yeah. It's also amazing to have a rock band #1 because the charts at the moment is full of tat. So,
Amen.
yeah. So,
Dominated by, yeah. But I mean, that's the other thing is that I think overall it opens a door for not just ourselves but all of our mates who play in guitar rock bands, as well, because I think on that sort of level people are. I think something that Alex Turner from Arctic Monkey said, a few weeks ago at the Brit Awards, that rock music goes through stages where it's sort of kind of under the radar and there's not too much going on, but it's always, you know, it's always something that's popular. And it's just nice when it does get that moment of, you know, accolades or whatever.
It's never going to die out, is it really?
No.
Power
Something
through
like
Something about sludge.
yeah,
Power
Wait,
through the
Power
sludge.
through the sludge. But it's not going to be like, I don't know, dubstep. No, even if people like dubstep or whatever, it's
You ain't going to listen to that in 10 years' time.
it's
it's
like
just-
and if you
it
do,
came,
then
it's
unlucky,
gone.
basically.
See you later.
It's real, it's
It was
real
cool for a
musicians
while.
playing real instruments live to people who feed off that energy, and I don't think you can really beat a vibe at a rock show. It's just like one of a kind feeling, isn't it?
Or maybe a Miley Cyrus show. They're pretty.
That's definitely once in a lifetime.
I'm joking.
feeling.
There's no vibe there whatsoever.
Bangers.
No comment.
Never been there.
Max, you don't like Miley Cyrus?
No comment.
No comment.
I
Next
really like
question,
it.
please, Thomas. Hurry
Yeah.
up.
I was just going to elaborate on Miley Cyrus for a bit, if you want to move on. Who are your musical influences? Where do you get your
Individually, who are our music?
musical influences? Where do you get your mojo?
I just can't stop looking at the fact that you've got static.
You
in
do
your
have very
head.
static hair. I've been looking at that for some
Have I?
time. It's pretty mental, I'm not going to lie.
The stage is really static.
I've wanted to talk about that for a while,
So we've got-
actually.
It's just going like
It's still. Give it a bit of that, mate.
It's brilliant. There you go.
There you
That
go.
might be even making it worse.
Bloody
Nah, it's
electric.
all right now. It's sorted.
Yeah,
beautiful.
musical
Nice.
What do you
influences.
mean, like
Chewy?
reasons why people like
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
started
why we
playing
play
music?
music.
What got you into playing guitar, for example? Like,
Kurt Cobain, Nirvana, Nevermind. I remember the first time I got that album at Christmas, and I put it in my CD player or my CD Walkman at the time, and just Smells Like Teen Spirit comes on. I think it was just like an anthem for rock music that changed the course of history of music almost, and how
Yeah,
people write and listen to music, you know. So for
Yeah.
me, it was kind of like instantly there. I wanted to play guitar, and still to this day, trying to play guitar. So
You do a good job, mate.
trying to.
You alright?
What about you, boy?
Well, me, probably growing up, my dad used to just put on rock bands in the car, whether it was Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin or Chili Peppers, things like that. And that was my first introduction into sort of rock music, rather than getting in my mum's car and her having the radio on and it just being Britney Spears or whatever, which I also loved. But yeah, this is the first sort of introduction into like real guitars and drums and stuff like that, and then I instantly wanted to be in a band. Basically, I once asked for band members for Christmas when I was younger.
asked for band
I
members?
asked my mum and dad, it's like, I want to be in a band so bad. I want some band mates for Christmas.
Well, a few
She delivered.
years later,
She delivered. A few years later, there you go.
Um,
Now I'm stuck with this lot.
stuck. Unbelievable, Jeff. I'd probably go with probably Nate Barkalow from Back with Finch. He was a vocalist who I really liked. Daryl Palumbo, Glassjaw, Phil Collins. I liked him quite a lot.
there you
What
go.
about Mr. Brandon Boyd?
Mr. Brandon Boyd from Incubus.
Shania Twain.
No, not Shania Twain. But yeah, I
That
think
don't impress you much.
that don't impress me much, Dan.
Fair
No.
enough. If you pardon the pun.
Fun. Pardoned. Yeah, I think just vocalists that from my favourite bands basically made me want to start singing and playing guitar and stuff. So
Nice. My dad has always played bass and has always been a musician, so that sort of really got me into music. I got my first bass when I was like 13 years old. It was like this tiny 3/4 aria, and I didn't play it for a few years. And he always tried to make me play it, and I just couldn't be bothered. And then one day, I sort of got into it really, and then me, Josh, and Max started a band, and happy days basically.
The happy times.
So yeah, my dad got me into music.
I think for me it was just like family and stuff. Like there's always been guitars lying around the house, and just like it was just natural to sort of pick it up, and then just went from there and just couldn't put it down again. So
I bet the first time Chris picked up a guitar, he just went.
Solo.
Literally like
Started
6 months
soloing.
into made a shred. Like, yeah, I'll probably play that later. Put it down.
that's exactly what happened.
I bet it did. Smashed it.
And
I
then
think the
Lu-
Loverboy
and then
solo is the
Luke-
first thing he ever
And then
played.
Luke
Yeah.
played, and he was even better. And we're just like, woo. They're like soloing and having like solo offs at 6 months of age.
What about you, Tom? We haven't asked you a question. No, you're
Yeah.
asking us. What about you? What made you start music?
I don't know really. My dad was obviously a big rock fan, and we were playing it in the car like you. And when I first saw Blink, that was what got me into playing drums, because Travis
Where at?
Barker's. I didn't actually see it on I mean, I saw him on TV and stuff.
Oh,
But
okay.
I never saw them, but he was one of the drummers. I was like, how do you move that quickly? So
Yeah.
I really wanted to do drums. Didn't have a drum kit till I was about 14 though, so that's pots and pans. But
Pots and pans.
yeah,
Yeah.
Smashed it.
used to do my parents' head in.
Their fault, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I've only got one more question left. But what's
Then we're going to open up to the
yeah? We'll open it.
floor.
What's the best present you've ever been received by a fan?
I got a remote control helicopter once. That's pretty
Did
good.
you?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
actually-
we all got it, and I
that's
took
pretty
it. But yeah, it was
I
alright.
believe I gave it to Chris Miller because he loves a remote-controlled helicopter.
Yeah?
Him and Matt have this obsession for like toys.
Mm.
Always on tour, they'll go and buy a toy that they'll play with for days upon end.
Toys
That's
and
pretty
sweets.
decent.
Toys and sweets, yeah. That
I like
really,
toys and sweets.
that's-
We've had some fans that have made us really cool, like books, things like
Yeah.
that, sort of huge books. I've got a couple.
Scrapbooks.
I just moved house, so I ended up emptying out. I just used to get home from tour and I used to throw it all under my bed in these shoe boxes, and then I had to go through it all recently when I moved. And literally it just took me absolutely hours because just going through all these amazing like books and stuff like that of just things that people write and pictures of sort of how many times you've met different people and that. So I think that's going to definitely be kept until well forever. You know, something to show the grandkids one day. As Josh said, we weren't just college dropouts. You know,
Yeah.
so that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
I think just whatever basically. I think without sounding corny, I think when people come to our show, that's the greatest gift of all.
Wow.
Hey?
I'm just gonna throw.
Hang on. I meant in the form of the ticket that you buy, the merchandise you buy. That's the greatest gift you give to us. No, don't. No.
I actually got a chef's apron. I always post about cooking, and I got a chef's apron that said
Did you?
like Flint
Flinttown.
King of the kitchen.
Amazing.
So that's pretty good. I genuinely wear it. So
Yeah,
Not bad.
we get some cool stuff.
pretty good one.
No one's ever bought me one. Ever.
couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell us.
No,
Why is it secret?
Top secret.
no, it's just not that. It's not as good as what you got.
Oh.
Go on, you got to say.
Well, I thought it was quite good that somebody got me a McDonald's apple pie once. Which to me made me quite happy at the time because I was craving a McDonald's apple
The
pie.
key to Max's heart, buy him a Mackie D's apple pie.
Yes,
You know how many of those you're going to get later now?
probably tons. It's going to be. I'm probably going to hate them later now.
Yeah.
I'll help
Please
you
don't
out.
get me an apple pie later.
I'll have a few.
You can have a few. Yeah, I know how much you like them.
Right, I think that's it for the for my questions. I'm going to open the floor now for some questions from the audience. Please wait for the microphone to come round before you start asking the question, otherwise we won't be able to hear you. So, who's got a question then? Yeah?
Go off.
This lady here?
So my question is now, after being in a band like for a long time, do you still like get on each other's nerves or fight and stuff like that?
Oh, we know how to wind each other up in
course.
seconds.
We do it on purpose, though. We wind each other up on purpose to keep every day exciting.
AKA the reason why they stole my lucky pound the other day because they knew it would bring them entertainment for at least 45 minutes, and it went on for longer than that.
We
so.
probably
still
argue
annoying.
less now, actually, as a band. We're probably more friends
We
now.
just
aren't
join in together to moan about other people that have annoyed us.
Yeah, we
Outside of us five.
Or we join up to wind one person up, which is normally me, because it apparently brings great joy to these guys. So
There you go.
But yeah, okay, I guess we probably pick on Max quite
Yeah,
a lot.
no. Who else got a question? This lady at the back there?
she was
I
waving
thought
her
you
hand
were
at
the
you. So
question
just like, oh,
picker
me?
as well. It's
Yeah,
quite-
yeah,
it's good that.
Hello.
Hello.
Right.
Hi.
Okay, my question is, was there like a particular moment when you knew that you want to do music as a real job, or did it just like develop that way?
Yeah, I don't think we ever sort of even assumed it was going to be a real job sort of thing. Like even when we started going on tour and making a bit of money, we also had part-time jobs at home, and we never really thought it was going to be a real job. So the day it sort of became a real job, we
think
almost
maybe when
didn't
we
know
left
it was going to be a
college.
real job. Yeah, but I never thought it was actually going to be
I
like.
think
a
for
proper
me-
thing.
I kind of felt it had to be because
Yeah.
I left college a year early, so it's like if the band didn't work out, I was
Yeah, I was.
fucked.
I was going to say. I think it was.
In the doghouse.
I think it was when we first released Take Off Your Colours in the UK, and we did a UK tour around that, and we headlined a place called the London Astoria. And I think for me, that was like quite a big turning point, 'cause that was the venue I used to go to when I was younger, going to see all my favourite bands from My Chemical Romance to Newfound Glory, Finch, like, etc. and so forth. And the minute we headlined there and saw that, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty real then. We're doing this now quite a lot, so maybe I should think about doing this full time.
Thank you.
We basically just didn't have enough time for real jobs.
No,
Getting by on £3 a week.
working at Sainsbury's.
Yeah. Anyone else got any questions? Yeah, lady at the back.
Oh, we got one. We got one here on the left.
Oh, sorry.
You
go on.
skipped out, Tom.
hello.
I'm,
go.
What would you do if you weren't in a band? Now.
Professional footballer. But I think you actually have to be good at football to be paid to do it, so probably not. I'd be the mascot. Probably.
Ball boy.
Ball boy, yeah, I'd be the ball boy.
Which don't get paid, so not a real job.
Well, then I'd probably be living off my mum and dad, being
you
the
go.
ball boy.
There you go.
somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what we were doing. There was no fallback plan. There was no plan B. So
And there isn't one now either, so I don't know what's going to happen next.
I think it's just something
that's part of life.
generally in music, to be honest with you. I think we've all got different passions in different areas of music that I think the reason why we're so lucky to be in the band, first place, is that we all had a mutual love for music, but we were quite lucky that we fell into the time and the placing of it. So if it wasn't for playing music, it'd be if it was something in production side of music or songwriting. I think that's where I'd be.
Cool.
And that is
happy
that.
days.
Yeah. This lady here.
She's keen.
Hi, back in 2011 you were touring with small bands like Canterbury and the Marines, and then in last November you were touring with a huge band like 30 Seconds to Mars. What's the main difference when touring with small bands like the guys back in 2011 and then with a huge band like 30 Seconds to Mars? And would you say you prefer touring with the lads or with the huge band like Jared and Shannon?
We prefer playing with the Stags, don't we?
I think they're just different.
Very different
all just different.
experiences. I think, when we tour with our friends that we've already known before going on the road with them, it's sort of like we're doing with Def Van, like we already know them, already friends with them, so sort of slot straight into it day one. You're playing, little club shows, and that's one experience. And then the other experience is going on tour with an arena band like 30 Seconds to Mars, and you may not necessarily hang out with them as a band as much as you would on other tours, but you're playing these huge shows, and it's a chance to kind of win over new people and show people your music. So it's two different experiences, but
You definitely feel like you have to be slightly more professional at the 30 Seconds to Mars style tours because they're so big. You think to yourself, God, yeah, we should really play well tonight.
Okay, Stag the Euro on that
It
tour.
gets very, on the stage it gets very professional.
But I think also for a viewer, somebody attending the show, there's always going to be times you enjoy going to a gig at a smaller venue than a bigger venue, but it's just what it is, I guess.
The smaller ones, more. I find them maybe a bit more fun. Yeah.
Very sweaty.
Yeah.
A bit more personal.
Yeah.
I do like a good gig though. Big gigs.
Big
So
gigs.
fun. Big gigs.
Big gigs.
Some good big
No
gigs.
one's going to turn down playing a big gig, are they?
No, not really.
They're
no.
good fun. It's scarier.
Scary fun.
Anyone else got any questions? Lady in the front row.
Which one?
This one.
What's your favorite song overall that you've ever written from any of your albums?
Did you get your camera in, by the way?
Yeah, I get it.
Alright, cool. She wanted to bring a camera in yesterday, and she asked me, and I didn't know if she was going to be allowed or not. I recognised her, and then I realised that you got a camera in, so quids in. Beautiful.
I think we should start for Chew. Favorite song of all time we've ever done.
What that we've done?
Yes.
Ever. I know it's probably Gossip.
Well, no, you say it. No.
That was your finest moment.
I'm gonna say "Forgive and Forget" again, just because it is legitimately my favourite song that we've ever done.
Boring.
I think.
Well, I can't say it's my favourite song on the new album, and then say it's not my favourite song. You see what I mean?
It's true.
I think one of the best songs we've ever written is a song called "Crash" off one of our older albums. I just think it's a really good song and never got given the time of day because our label at the time were absolute morons and almost just didn't care. So I think that's one of our favourite songs we've ever written.
That was a big moment then.
It's like
was.
therapy. This.
Yeah.
Say how you really feel, Mr. Barnes. Say how you really feel.
Don't know. I like maybe Underdog, I think, because when we play that song live, people seem to just, it's like, we could be playing the worst show of all time, but we'll play Underdog and it's like everyone just switches and suddenly goes crazy and loses all their inhibition, just has fun, and that for me is the most sort of rewarding part of the set, is playing a song and seeing people really enjoy it like that, so probably Underdog.
Cool.
Dan?
I'm going to go with... I think I'm going to go with Take Off Your Colours, just because I still like the song and we wrote it so many years ago, whereas usually with the first album you tend to think, God, we were like 15, 16 back then.
Yeah.
Kind of don't like it anymore, whereas I think we still play Take Off Your Colours now, and the crowd seems to enjoy it and we enjoy playing it and it's fun to play, that kind of thing. So, but I do prefer Cold Night, obviously.
I'm going to go for an oddball.
Oh.
I'm going to go for the song When We Were Younger, the last song of Sinners Never Sleep, just because it's quite different to anything we've done before.
It's very trippy.
Yeah, but it was done by the programmer who does work for Bjork as well, and that was like the first time of working with a different kind of programmer who does anything outside of our world. And I think it's really the kind of the feel of the songs is that kind of constant build up where it's like building up to a crescendo, and it's just going on for ages. And people think, God, you at 6 normally write 3-minute songs that are pop, and this one's nearly 7 minutes long, and I've had enough of it by 5 minutes, you know. So for me, I just thought it was quite different, and I think personally in music you should be allowed to take risks with writing music, and you're always going to get people who prefer your older stuff, or they're going to love your newer stuff. But for me, that song just stands out compared to a lot of other songs. So, yeah.
Any more questions? This lady at the back there. Good at this, aren't I?
Yeah, not bad.
You are
doing well, mate, actually.
New career. Presenter.
So my question is really simple. Who came up with the band's name? And what's the meaning?
Yeah.
You're in it now.
Right, basically.
Josh is to blame for that one.
Yeah, what happened was we were about 15 and we had to have a name because we were playing a gig and we needed it for a flyer for our first ever show. And so I just got a weird, you guys get that?
That was this. I think this is this woman's camera down at the front. She's just trying to take a photo.
It sounded like Zelda.
for him up.
Sorry. And basically we needed a name, and I used to say to Max when we go out on a Friday night, you meet at 6. It's like an abbreviation for our plans before we'd go out. And then we thought that we'd change it when we came up with something better. We didn't. And then 8 years later, we've still got it.
Do you remember that logo we had as well that Pete Wontetley did? It was like that the man and the woman logo that we put on the first ever set list we ever did. Do you know?
I've got it on my laptop.
You got it on your laptop? Yeah, please. It's a classic logo.
Yeah.
It's not like the VI, is it?
No. So I'm to blame, basically. Long story short. All that.
Cool, we've got time for one more, so this lady here, second row.
Hi, if you could meet one artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
Meet one artist who's dead or alive.
Be a bit awkward if they were dead though, wouldn't it?
Don't know if they have much to say back.
No, be a very one-sided conversation.
It'd be a bit cold, wouldn't it?
I think I'd quite like to meet Chris Martin from Coldplay. So I reckon he knows a thing or two about life as well as music. Him or Drake.
Yeah, it's good.
I'd like to party with Drake. I'd like to rap with Drake. I can't rap. I'd like for him to rap at me whilst I listen.
Battle. You want a rap battle?
Be a very one-sided rap battle, but it'd be fun.
I'd quite like to maybe just ask John Lennon what the hell was going through his head at any point of his life. Like, it would be a very interesting conversation to have, you know, like someone like that, like that really, really did like push boundaries. Like,
I know what was going on. It began with A and ended with D. Acid.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Well, you probably had
worked there, didn't it?
Quite a lot of good things to say. Yeah, exactly.
Don't know. Jimi Hendrix, I guess.
Hendrix for you.
Jimi Hendrix.
I think I know what you're going to say, but
what?
I think you're going to go for John Bonham.
Yeah, I was going to say for John Bonham.
Because I kind of was thinking Jimmy Page. So
but then me and you can do a double team.
Exactly.
Oh, Double team.
Double team with Jimmy Page and John Bonham.
Yeah, Jimmy Page, or I don't know. I think it would be really interesting to meet Michael Jackson. To be honest with you, just like the king of pop himself. Like he shaped up a lot of music in a lot of people's lives. If you like rock music, you could still like Michael Jackson. I think anybody who likes music can listen to Michael
He's
Jackson.
universally loved. Wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was just, I don't know, he just seemed like the people's person, you know. Seemed
Probably
very
the
down to
greatest
earth.
artist ever.
Yeah, you know, there's not going to be any artist like him ever again, you know, which is sad to say, but yeah, I'll go for Jimmy Page or Michael.
Maybe Jay-Z.
Pick 2, did you? Oh, you picked 2 as well. Everyone's picking 2.
Jay-Z.
Well, you could get John Lennon dead, Paul McCartney alive, and go right. Discuss.
Sandwich.
let's just talk about what happens. Go from there.
So Jimmy Page, it's a sandwich with Matt Barnes in the middle, isn't it?
Sounds good.
Matt Barnes sandwich.
Fun
You're
day.
you're the filling to their sandwich.
Ooh.
Cool.
So,
There you go.
Very
Well,
meaty sandwich.
Thank you very much for everyone for their questions, and thank you for letting me be a terrible host.
no,
You're great, mate.
It
You're
went quite well.
fantastic.
I personally want to congratulate you.
Should we have a
First
round